Hey guys, and in this video we're gonna talk about how to stop living paycheck to paycheck, even if you making low income or not making a lot of money. Before you listen to any of my tips or anything I say, I have to make a disclaimer. I never ever lived paycheck to paycheck, even though I never really made a lot of money. Like me and my husband, we never really made a big income, but we never lived paycheck to paycheck. We also never had any debt besides the mortgage that we still have now. So I'm not an expert to how to switch from living from paycheck to paycheck to having some buffer, but I do know how to live without being paycheck to paycheck because I never really had to do it. I mean, I could have if I would get too lazy, but I never really got to that habit or letting things go that I ended up being paycheck to paycheck. So here are 5 steps to help you stop living paycheck to paycheck and finally accumulate some money and have some security, financial security. So the way number 1 is make it a priority to save money. Make it a priority to stop being paycheck to paycheck. You have to really want it bad enough in order to do it. So what you can start doing and to save amount of money that you spend on bills in 1 month. This way you'll be 1 month ahead, and this way you don't have to pay your bills when you get paid, but you can pay them instead when you actually receive the bill. And this way you're not going to be risking of being late on any of your bills and accumulating even more fees and charges. And also after you accumulate 1 month's worth of bills, you can start saving for emergencies and other planned expenses. So if you make it priority, you can do it by cutting your costs a little bit here and there, anywhere you can. And I'm gonna talk about more later how to cut your costs, but actually all my videos, almost all of them, is how to cut your costs of living. So this way you can have a little money set aside, so you don't have to wait till next paycheck to buy your next meal. Even if you can't really make budget, or you don't want to make budget, or you think it must be too hard, you can start by tracking every your expense. So if you're buying anything at any store, write it down. Any grocery, any food, any eating out. By the way, you shouldn't be eating out anymore if you're living paycheck to paycheck for at least some time. And once you write it down, you will see how much money is actually going out. So this way you will see where the money was wasted on things that if you really think about it a few days later, maybe you shouldn't have spent money on it. And also I would suggest to write down any wasted food or items that spoiled and you had to throw away just because you didn't manage well to use them on time, or you bought too much or something. So next time you go and look at the things you write that you wasted, you will know not to do that anymore. The next thing you should stop doing is eating out. I mean, eating out is like the worst money waster. I mean, we don't eat out at all, not just for financial reasons, also because of nutritional reasons, because it's not worth it. I mean, if you think about it, one meal at the restaurant, how much you're paying for it, and how much food you could buy at the grocery store for the same amount. And some people can say, yeah, it's gonna take me 2 hours to cook it. Well, there are some foods that are easy to cook, like you just set it and forget it in a crock pot or something that might take you 10 minutes or less, and then probably another 20 minutes waiting for it. But don't you wait at the restaurant anyways? So eating out is a big no-no. Another big thing you have to cut out if you're shopping for fun because you're bored or whatever, and if you have too much time that you want to waste it on shopping the things you don't need, you might want to actually use the time wisely on something more useful, something either enjoyable or something that saves or makes you money. So once you write down everything you spend, everything you waste, total that amount, and then compare it with your paychecks, how much you're earning. So if all the money you're spending are really close or even more than you're earning, you need some serious cutbacks, or you need like an extra job or a new job or something, or a way to bring some more money. Because if you're, let's say, earning like this much and you're spending like this much, really close, that's like things that are maybe necessities, that's gonna be really hard to get out of that paycheck to paycheck thing. Because one expense like car repair or any emergency home repair or something that breaks or hospital bill or something will get you in debt, and that's gonna be even harder. So I know you might not want to do it for like a long time, but at least for a short time, you'll have to start spending less than you make or start making more money. So if you really want to get out of that paycheck race every month, paycheck to paycheck race, you really have to start living frugally, cutting out all the extra expenses, and or make some extra money. Well, a lot of times people already work too much and they can't even put more hours. So the only thing that's left is to cut expenses. So because every dollar you save and don't waste it on maybe drive-through or any other things can get you closer to getting out of that paycheck to paycheck rat race, where I can't even imagine how stressful it could be, because it's like you have to wait and calculate the days and hours until you get paid in order to pay your bill. That's like just I don't know, that must be hard. So every dollar you save gets you closer to not only getting out of that paycheck to paycheck race, but also to having some emergency savings just in case, because things happen, like medical emergencies, like stuff breaks, those things happen. And if you would have to stress out about every couple $100 that emergency you have to spend money on, I don't know, that's too much stress. I mean, we have enough stress over all the things that happen, and adding more stress to that is just unnecessary, and I wouldn't do that. But also, every dollar you save, it gets you closer to paying off your debt, paying off your mortgage, being free from all kinds of debts. I mean, I just can't wait until like we have no mortgage and not even owe a dollar to anybody. We're just like, we own this, and nobody, like the banks can't take it away for non-payment. Of course, they might if we don't pay taxes on time, but that's why we're frugal and saving money to be able to pay our bills on time. So I also have lots of frugal tips in all my videos. There's a ton. I don't even know how many, but a lot. So if you want to cut your costs of living and save some money, watch all of my videos, especially those the playlist I have random money saving tips. So those, if you watch those could be like a little bit long, but they will help you save some money, and maybe the things you forgot to do, I'll remind you. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video will help somebody to get out of that paycheck to paycheck stressful life. And if you know somebody who might benefit from this video, please forward it to them and share with them. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, and give me a thumbs up if this was any help to you at all. And write down your comments. I love your comments, guys. And bye.